Welcome everyone. Hope you all are doing fine. Now, let us start. The first novel we have, War Online, is a story about a gamer named Willard who dies and wakes up in the past. He uses his knowledge to become a powerful mafia boss in the virtual world of the biggest VRMMO game called War Online. The story follows Willard's rise to power and how he uses his gang to dominate and bully other players in the game. The overall rating for this story is 78. On to the next novel we have. The story, Elydes, follows the journey of a man named Matt who dies young and is reincarnated on a tropical island as a baby. He dreams of exploring mysterious lands and learning magic, but when the outside world comes knocking, Matt realizes that the world of Elydes is beautiful and magical, but also wild and savage. The story focuses on Matt's determination to realize his dreams by using his smarts and head start to gain the power to explore the mysteries of Elydes. The story updates 4 chapters a week and promises a slow and constant growth with ups and downs. Expect a realistic take on being reincarnated in another world with some dark elements but not a grimdark story. On to the next novel we have. Dreamer's Throne is a LitRPG fantasy novel by Seth Ring. The main character, Garrett, wakes up in a new world missing an arm and paralyzed from the waist down. He must fight to survive against brutal gangs and terrifying creatures with the help of a plucky young woman and his own wits. The novel mixes light horror with epic fantasy action and is perfect for readers who enjoy exploring rich worlds and complex characters. The book is the first in a series. The writer, Seth Ring, has previously authored the popular books Nova Terra and Battle Mage Farmer. On to the next novel we have. The article is about a man named Jason who is a basketball player with an unbreakable will but no natural talent. He dies and wakes up 20 years in the past, and is given a second chance to make it to the professional level by utilizing his experience and skills developed as a collegiate player. The article is titled Rebound, a second chance, and the author gives it a rating of 80. On to the next novel we have. Remarried Empress is a story about Empress Navier who is abandoned by the Emperor and replaced with an enslaved girl. Navier eventually decides to remarry the king of a neighboring country and become a queen. With a rating of 76, this story is worth considering for those who enjoy romantic and dramatic themes. On to the next novel we have. The story is about an ordinary student who travels to another universe and becomes the king of a small kingdom. He gains a cheating code of life, which allows him to achieve remarkable things. His story of conquering continents and leaving behind an ultimate legend is retold for generations. The rating for this story is 84. On to the next novel we have. The protagonist transmigrates into a world where pets are the center of everything and runs a pet store. However, they struggle with handling astral pets, and their younger sister constantly belittles them. The story includes a system to help them on their road to greatness. The reviewer gave it a rating of 86. On to the next novel we have. The novel, Medical Sovereign, is about a young man named Ding Ning who possesses exceptional medical skills. He saves Shen Muxing, a member of a wealthy family, and becomes involved in a conflict between the Ninghai Special Police Team and a mysterious group called the Vampire Mercenary Group. This leads to an adventure where he uncovers the truth about his father and mentors, as well as the secrets of the Vampire Mercenary Group and the Dragon Soul Special Tactics Team. Throughout the story, Ding Ning fights rogues, pursues various romantic relationships, and ultimately becomes a medical sovereign. The novel is rated 76. On to the next novel we have. The title of the story is Sovereign of Judgment, and the rating is 84. It is about Choi Hyuk, a former fighting genius who becomes bullied in school after killing someone in grade 6. One day, a ring appears in his classroom and he must decide whether to kill or be killed. On to the next novel we have. The story is about a small star who is betrayed and dies of a heart attack. After his rebirth, he gives up on true love and decides to let his boss have what he wants. The story follows their journey towards true love with the presence of good friends, love rivals, and scummen. It's a sweet story with a happy ending. The rating for the story is 82. On to the next novel we have. The title of the story is Archean Eon Art. The story is about Meng Chuan, a young genius who wants to kill all demons because of his mother's sacrifice. He joins the Archean Mountain sect to get the best training and resources to fight demons. He also enjoys drawing, which helps him become stronger. The story is about his journey to slay demons with the help of his fellow humans. The story received a rating of 86. On to the next novel, we have. The book, Tales of Herding Gods, is about a place known as Abandoned by the Heavens where survival is hard and villages are rare. The plot involves strange villagers who are either crippled, mute, blind, or deaf, and a newborn child who floats by in a basket in a nearby river. The book has a rating of 86. On to the next novel, we have. The title of the story is Hello, Mr. Major General, and it is rated 76. The protagonist Ji Nianji is trying to figure out how to make the serious and handsome Major General fall in love with her. He challenges her to seduce him, leaving her surprised. On to the next novel, we have. The novel, The General's Little Peasant Wife, is about a woman who transmigrates into an orphan and loses her boyfriend. She marries an honest man but soon realizes he is not what he seems. The story is just beginning. The rating for the book is 76. On to the next novel, we have. The story revolves around a crippled youth, Long Chen, who is bullied by his noble heirs. He receives the memories of a pill god's soul, which leads him to the 9-star Hegemon body art, a cultivation technique. He realizes a conspiracy in the Phoenix Cry Empire involving his father, members of the imperial family, and even the emperor. He must rely on his alchemy techniques and the 9-star Hegemon body art to solve the mysteries and climb to the peak of the cultivation world. Long Chen refuses to be a chess piece and defies the will of the heavens. On to the next novel, we have. The novel, Birth of the Demonic Sword, tells the story of a young man who is accidentally killed and wakes up in a new world of cultivation. Noah Balvin, the protagonist, was a transmigrator with no purpose in his previous life, but in his new life, he aims to overcome his social status and become powerful enough to stand above everyone. The novel deals with his struggle to obtain power and stand free in the sky above anyone. With a rating of 86, this is a novel worth reading. On to the next novel, we have. Martial Peak is rated 84, and it follows the journey of Yang Kai as he strives to become the strongest in the martial world. To do so, he must survive adversity and persevere through harsh tests at High Heaven Pavilion. Yang Kai's path to greatness begins with the discovery of a black book. On to the next novel, we have. Talisman Emperor is a story about Chen Shi, who has been surrounded by misfortune his entire life. He is forced to give up his cultivation and start crafting talismans to pay for his younger brother's tuition. Despite this setback, he rises to become known as the Talisman Emperor. The book has a rating of 76. On to the next novel, we have. The novel, Supreme Magus, follows the journey of Derek McCoy, who faced many difficulties from a young age. After losing everything and seeking revenge, he reincarnates into a world with magic and creatures. The story follows his journey from grieving brother to Supreme Magus. The reviewer gave the book a rating of 80. On to the next novel, we have. The novel, Ancient Godly Monarch, is set in the province of the Nine Skies, where martial cultivators can awaken their astral soul and transform into stellar martial cultivators. The main character, Qin Wenshin, has a broken set of meridians, but he aims to become the brightest constellation of all. The story is about his cultivation journey and desire to become a war god of the 9 heavens. The reviewer gave the novel a rating of 80. On to the next novel, we have. The title, Perfect World, follows the story of Shi Hao, a talented individual born into a world where villages fight for power. He comes from a clan with a mysterious past and, with their aid, battles monsters and other clans to further his cultivation. Throughout his journey, he travels through unknown lands to become someone who can shake the world. The rating given for this summary is 76. On to the next novel, we have. The novel, VRMMORPG, Dragomancer Reborn, follows the story of a man named Arthur Gray who becomes obsessed with a virtual reality game called Morpheus Online. After dying in an earthquake, he is magically transported back to his 18-year-old self with all his memories intact. Arthur sets out to become a Dragomancer, a skilled player who can tame and control dragons within the game. However, he soon discovers the dark side of the game and realizes there is more to his regression than just luck. The reviewer rates the book an 80. On to the next novel, we have Versatile Mage is a story about a boy who wakes up in a world where science has been replaced by magic. The school he attends now teaches magic, and he discovers that he is a rare, versatile mage, with the ability to practice multiple major elements of magic. Despite his newfound powers, he remains at the bottom of society with a struggling family and disabled stepsister. The story involves magical beasts and monsters attacking humans outside the city. The reviewer gave the story a rating of 80. On to the next novel, we have Skyfire Avenue is a street with 168 stores run by powerful adepts. No vehicles or robots are allowed, only pedestrians. Lan Ju, a mercenary nicknamed Zeus, runs a jewelry store on the street and has become known as the Jewel Master. The rating for this is 80. That's the end of this video. I will see you soon in the next video. Happy reading.